It's Cheryl. I'm here with another journal project that I'm still working on. This one is going to get a charm, but I've misplaced my round nose pliers for jewelry, so as soon as I find them, I am going to put a charm on this one. Anyway, this is the cover. Let me turn it around here so you can see. On it, I used, this is a free printable off the internet that I got. The cover was done with chipboard, and what I did was I painted it with a gold first. Then I used it's just called America Weathered Wood Crackle Accents. It's called Weathered Wood. And I put that on over the top, and then I painted over it with a baby pink. The pink came out, it was too bright, so I went over that with some vintage photo distress ink, and that toned down the pink and made it work out really well. Also on here, I used some paper from the DCWV lace and linen line. I have a kitty helper again today here, so that was an ear you just saw. And I tore the edges, and then I distressed it all with the vintage photo distress ink to give it that really, because I wanted it to have a really old vintage look. And I may have even over vintaged this one, I'm not sure yet. Then on the side, I have this really fine, tiny lace. It's, oh my gosh, it's probably 3/16 of an inch wide. And so I stained that with some vintage photo and Victorian velvet distress ink, and I put a strip of brown velvet ribbon on top of that. And the flowers on it they're a vintage flower, the velvet type that have the little yellow stamen in the middle, and they were pink. So I again went over them with some vintage photo distress ink that I just added some water to so that they would look old and aged, and they're kind of smushed down like, you know, like it's old. The closure is a button, a shank button that I put on. And then I took a piece of brown seam binding and I made a little loop deal here that just goes over the button so that, you know, you can close it. Stop. Cat, you're going to have to leave if you don't quit. And then on the edge, I did the same as I did with the other journal I made, just putting the lace on and tying it, and then I'll be adding a charm up here at the top. Like I said, once I find my pliers. The back of the book is just pretty plain. Just another piece of the paper from the lace and linen collection. Tim Holtz butterfly in the middle, and then my little handmade by CG on the bottom. So yeah, sorry about that. You can do all the flipping there. Let's get this in frame. You need to stop now. Okay, excuse me, please. You have to get down. Go eat or something. Go out and eat or something like that. Alright, anyway, let's get into this so we can get going, because this is a rather chunky journal. I believe it's 2.5 wide by 7.5 by 5.5. So let's get on with this. I'm shaking today, guys. I don't know why. It is really hard for me to show what I do. Gotta get over that one. Okay. First of all, on the inside cover, I have made a little pocket out of, these are more printables off the internet. I have made a little pocket here to stick things in. The bottom is the speech for the defense from the White Queen in Through the Looking Glass. And it says, "Why sometimes I believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast," which I thought was just kind of a neat thing. The seam binding I used is just knotted and glued in the cover there for the closure. And then I again used the same printable that I used in the other journal, only I just sized it down because I just think that is just gorgeous. And of course my ticket. Okay, this is one of the first of the papers from the paper line, and I thought, you know, if I used it, you know, horizontally like this, that it would be a great place to journal. On the papers from the paper line, I did punch the edge with the doily edge punch I have. And then the inside, this page is just stamped. This is just another printable from off of the internet, and I just thought it was gorgeous with that rose. Looks so vintage, little dress form. I really like that, so I used that, and of course that page is blank. This is half of an envelope that I printed out, or cut in half, and I stamped it with this large Recollections postcard stamp that I have. This is just a journaling stamp, and I can't remember who made this one. Some of these stamps I've had a long time, and the packaging no longer exists. This is part of a dictionary page with the Fiskar's owl on it. And then part of a doily, and I just cut out some of the paper from the paper collection, the same that I used on the cover. And then this is an Inka-Dinka-Doo stamp that I cut and put in the middle and tuck something in there. There's a key down there. This side, just some music notes, flower stamp up here that I just kind of worked together to make kind of a chain thing, and I thought that looked really, really cool when I was done. On this side, more of the paper from the collection, and there's a good-sized pocket there that they can stick things in. I stamped Friend on this piece of graph paper. My thoughts at the bottom. Loved on this one. There's a crown. This is a really vintage piece of paper. I wish I could find more of this because it's so cool because it's already, you know, browned and dark and stuff. And there's a little key on that one and a dress form down there. Part of another doily. And there are 4 signatures in this book. And the pages are not all even, I mean, as far as height and that. And I kind of wanted that because I thought that would go too with, you know, the really old look of a book that's been, you know, it's been there a long time. And I took vintage photo and I heavily distressed all the edges of the pages. So, yeah, I said I may have over-vintaged this one, but I'm really happy with the way it came out. A piece of that onion skin paper. And all of my papers were coffee dyed and baked. Some little glasses stamps up here. This side I did a row of mustaches. This one I just made a little edge pocket. And I cut out one of the flowers off one of the pages from the paper collection, and then I had some spare parts flowers. So I stained this with the Victorian Velvet and Vintage Photo, and then I stamped it with a large script stamp I have. I'm not sure which. I got it at Hobby Lobby, but I'm not sure it's a big stamp. And then inside I put a little tag that says, "The greatest journey is the one that leads you home." And I'll save this out so I can show you more tuck spots and pockets. Another piece of the onion skin, the other side of that doily. This is the other side of that very vintage paper. And the rose down here, I went to print this out and I got the size way too big and I didn't want to waste it, so I cut the rose and I made a little pocket here. And this one says, "Unlock your dreams and explore your new reality." And I did use this stamp. This was from this one and the one on this tag. Those were both from the $1 bin at Michael, or the $1.50 bin at Michael's. On the back, just a little doily stamp. Up here, just some washi tape that I got at Dollar Tree. My favorite birdcage stamp, which I just love that stamp. More graph paper, butterfly, another little butterfly up there. This is a flower stamp. And a lot of these stamps I get at like Savers or, you know, someplace like that. And I believe a lot of them are Stampin' Up! And Stampendous, and I couldn't tell you which ones are which. And they're all like from 2000. They're all really old stamps. So, yeah. Over here, this is another printout from the internet, and it didn't print exactly right. It's a little fuzzy, but I thought it would be okay to use in here. My printer does not like pages that have multiple items on them. So if it's a single thing, I can print it really good. This was a multiple and did not print really good, but I thought it'd be okay for there. I just put a little tag in with an iChart stamp. Yeah. Oh, and then an envelope for a pocket. This page, just a stamp of a little girl reading a book. Over here, this is a free printable from the internet. It's like a telegram. I'm on it. There we go. And then inside I stamped another tag with a large bird cage on it. trying to go slower, not sound so chattery. This is the other side of that doily. This is the other side of the dictionary page. This is the other side of the envelope. I guess that wasn't the one I cut in half, but I did cut one in half for this. This is a 7 Gypsy stamp. Another printable from the internet, and I glossy accented parts of it. And then that also is a pocket. This is, I believe, from We Are Memory Keepers. They have these little pads of just like little journaling spots and stuff. So I put that in there. This is part of an envelope, and it's just kind of a little, or no, this is a piece of a page that I took and I folded up and just made a little pocket down the bottom of there. This page is blank, so there's plenty of room in here for journaling, pictures, whatever you want, it's got it. Again, the back side of that one is blank. Another printout from the internet, and this is a little tuck spot up here. And that is the end of the first signature and the last page. Okay, and the second one, these are a couple of Tim Holtz butterflies, and this one here can also be a little tuck spot. I glued the little antenna down, and then I put the butterfly on some cardstock and glued him on one side so he could be a tuck spot there. Clock here, I believe that's a Hampton Arts stamp. My stamp about time you waste is not wasted. Just a little decorative stamp up there. Part of a book page on that one. This also is a 7 Gypsy stamp down here. Some plain graph paper. Another 7 Gypsy stamp here. I made a little pocket out of some of the paper from the collection, and then I just put this in. I'm thinking about mounting it on some cardstock, and then it could be like a photo mat. Whoops, I got it. No, I had it right side up. It's a little corset, and I thought that was so cute. Cat, you are trying my patience. That is my neck your claw is in. I'm going to mangle you. Get your claw out of me. Thank you. I have way too much help today. Yes, get on my lap and sit down. I am so sorry, you guys. She's just lovey today. I don't know what's with her. Maybe it's the Christmas spirit. I don't know. Okay, moving on. Another 7 Gypsy stamp, and here too. This is a page out of an old children's book that I found, and it's just a little, shows a little vegetable stand there with really cheap prices, 15 cents, I wish. You have to keep your nose back, Cat. Another doily here. Hampton Arts, I believe that's for Graphic 45, that stamp. This one, I cannot remember. I believe that's also a Hampton Arts stamp. That's the 7 Gypsies. And then this is part of a paper bag, and I used some of the paper from the collection on it, and then another little postcard with some little birds that I got off the internet. Another stamp. And I believe a lot of these stamps in here are Hampton Arts or 7 Gypsies, so another pocket on the side to, and then the camera, to tuck things. You need to stop. And this one here, also a printout from the internet. I thought that was so pretty. That too is a little pocket that something could be tucked into, and you can journal back here on these little lines. Some more washi tape. Here's the other side of the bag, and I left that blank because I thought, stop. I thought what a wonderful place for a photo that might be, you know, or they could journal. Another, you know, and then the top is open, you can have a pocket there. Another tag from the internet, and that I made into a little pocket as well. There's a lot of room for storing stuff and writing in this one. Tag I made from the paper collection with just a fold down pocket. This one I'm still going to embellish. I haven't decided exactly which. I've got some embellishments here that I want to use, and I haven't decided exactly which one I'm going to be using yet. But when I do, I will finish that up too. This is just a border stamp. The other side of the doily. Here's a little coin envelope that I don't remember the brand, but I know I got it at Hobby Lobby. So yeah, this is the other side of that children's book page. Look at that, 10 cents, 7 cents, I wish. Oh my gosh, I wish I could get fresh fruit and vegetables for that price nowadays. This is a little 7 Gypsies corner stamp. This is another, I believe, 7 Gypsies stamp. I have a bunch of them that have to do with the Paris theme and all of that, so I used a lot of those because it is a ladies' journal, you know, clearly. Another piece of graph paper and another piece of that one book page I put in. And again, 7 Gypsy stamp. I believe that one also is. This page, I just have the word beautiful. Here, this is out of an old Rolodex, little flap there. An abundance on this side. And this is the end of the second signature. And again, that piece of collection, or paper from the collection. Okay, here I have a piece of vellum, and I don't know if you can see if it has little swirls on it. This is another really beautiful printout from the internet. I need to get in the frame. There. And again, I have made a pocket out of that, so put things in there. Some little stamps, and I don't know if they're Prima or there's another brand. They're the white ones, and then they've got like green on the stamping surface. And I know I do have some that are Prima, but I have some that are someone else also. This is an Inkadinka-Doo stamp down here. Again, a Hampton Arts. I believe it was for Graphic 45, but I'm not sure. The other half of that Rolodex card, and the word Mystique up here, and I do believe that also was from the, and this one also, I believe, those are all Hampton Arts stamps, and I do believe they're for Graphic 45, but I'm not sure. This one, I don't know on that one. It's a little sewing machine. It's 2 little scissors here. And I actually made a mistake when I stamped this one the first time and didn't get a good stamp, and I'm pretty proud of myself. I actually stamped over it, and you can't really tell. Okay, so this is another piece of paper from the collection. Nice for photos, journal on there, whatever you want to do. Another 7 Gypsy stamp at the top. Just blank on this page. There's that big bird cage that I love that stamp. This one, just a little balloon. I believe that was Hampton Arts also. And then another little printout. Looks like a double photo frame from the, or 2 photo mats from the internet. And I made that into a little tuck spot there. Good times on this one. I stamped a little ruler over on that one. I know you guys all see me wear this green sweatshirt thing all the time. It gets cold in here, and so that's just my old beat-up sweatshirt that I wear. It's not the only clothes I have, believe me, but you guys are probably thinking so as much as you see that sleeve in the shots, but it's kind of chilly in here today. It's damp and rainy. Kind of weird for December, but I guess we're supposed to maybe get snow later. Down here's a little bird stamp. I believe that's also, I believe, a Hampton Arts stamp. Butterfly here on the graph paper. Here's an envelope. And then again, the Unlock Your Dreams and Experience Your New Reality stamp there. I just think that is such a nice stamp. A flourish, and again, I'm not sure if it's Prima or the other one, but it was, again, one of the white stamps with the green on the surface. And I can't remember the name of the other one. I'm so sorry. Okay, this is a bingo card, and I printed it out, and it printed way too big. And then I noticed that I had some holes punched in the thing, but I thought, well, that's kind of cool and kind of vintagey, and so it's just a swing out deal with that. Another birdcage stamp over here, I believe is, I'm not sure which stamp that is, I'm sorry. And then these are flourishes, and I just kind of stuck them together to make the edge of the page on that one. This one is an ivy stamp. It's supposed to go this way. I just put it on this little tag and then tucked it into this little doily. And again, on the doily, I used some of the paper from the collection. Over here, another pocket, side pocket for, to stick more stuff in. So there's a lot of room for journaling, pictures, and tucking in, any little ephemera or memorabilia. This one I just used 3 button stamps, and this again is from the paper collection. A little spool of thread here. The ruler is Tim Holtz. It was a sticker, and I just backed it. And again, it's like a little belly band, so they can stick things behind there. I believe that's a Hampton Arts stamp. Another piece of the Rolodex card. This also was Hampton Arts. And again there, and there, I believe. And then that page is not as crooked. I'm kind of pushing on the book, so which I probably shouldn't do. But like I said, the pages are uneven in their sizes, but like I said, I may have over-vintaged this one, but I really like it. Another printout from the internet, and that too is a pocket. And then another piece of paper from the collection here. And this one has the sparkles. I think it's just so pretty. I love that brown. I left the back plain. This is another Hampton Art stamp. Of course, the pointy finger one. I have so many of these now. It seems that like a lot of the little small stamps that you get have those in it. So I have quite a few of those in different sizes, and that's, I think, the biggest one. Another doily. Just a little flourish down there. This is a recollection stamp. It came in one of those packs where you have like, oh my gosh, I don't remember how many stamps you get. They're little square stamps, like maybe an inch by an inch. And I got that at Michael's, and I got it on clearance. Little bee in the corner, little flip out. This started its life as a embossed piece that I just didn't like when it turned out, and I did a bunch of stuff to it, and it kind of flattened out, but I don't know, it was kind of, I didn't want to waste it. I didn't know what to do with it, so I mounted it on some craft card stock and made a little pocket out of it. And then it says family on the page there. Little cameo up here, and this is a new stamp I got, and I can't remember who did that one either. And my stamps are out in the other room right now because I've been working out in my dining room. So yeah, but it's kind of cool. It's a hand, and I think it's got something to do with some palmistry or something like that. The back page is just blank. This is another one of those tiny recollection stamps, a little snowflake or doily or whatever you want to call it. This is just a piece of an old book page that I turned over and made a corner pocket out of, and another printout from the collection, Thurber's Pride of the Kitchen soap, and I just thought that was so pretty. Little butterfly on this page. This was I believe, a recollection stamp from Michael's, and just a piece of craft card stock for whatever purpose. Another piece of graph paper. And this is just a little pocket I made to stick in, and I stamped that one also with that postcard stamp that I got from Michael's, and that is a recollection stamp. I think I got that one on sale, 40% off. The other piece of the cardstock. Just pages, music notes there, cardinal here, a different music note stamp that I just went all the way across the page with. I think that might have been out of that Recollections pack too, of the little stamps. A little butterfly and a pansy, that was out of the Recollection stamp set also. Oh, I guess the butterfly is showing through from the back. That's kind of cool. It kind of looks like a butterfly there too. Another flower, that was out of the Recollection set, and so was this tiny flourish, and the fleur-de-lis. The other part of the doily is here. This is a little flower stamp, and I'm not sure. I've had that one a long time. I got it at the dollar bin at Target several years ago. Another flourish, and like I said, I can't remember if it's Prima or the other. I did another one of the little birds because I just thought he was so cute. And then back here I took the paper collection again and made a pocket, and I think I'm going to put some bling there in the middle of that flower because it just needs something to kind of make it pop a little bit. So that's another pocket. That's the last page of the collection. On my binding here, I, on both sides, put some washi tape, and that is again from Dollar Tree. This is another printout out of the internet, and I believe I made this one into a little pocket. Yeah, I did. I made it so you could just slip something in there, and of course you could journal on here, and then there's still plenty of room for a photo down at the bottom. The side of my closure is also tied and glued in, and just close it, and it's like that. And that's it. And now before I go, I really don't know what to say. I'm so overwhelmed by the response I have gotten on YouTube. I haven't been on here very long. I haven't done a ton of videos. But everyone on YouTube has been so kind and so good and so encouraging. I am so lucky to have the subbies that I have, and I'm hoping, for more subbies in the year to come. It has been just a wonderful experience for me. I'm so happy to have met the people on there that I have met. I look forward to meeting the ones that I haven't yet. I just don't know what to say. I want to thank all of my subbies for being there and putting up with me and watching me kind of struggle through all of this, because I am still learning. And it just means the world to me. I'm rather an insecure person about showing my videos, what I've done. I'm good with the, oh, let's make a mess, or that. I'm fine with that. But yeah, for the you guys have been fantastic, and your encouragement is so appreciated, and so, you know, it's with my heartfelt appreciation for you guys as subbies. So I want to take this time to wish each and every one of you, your families, your friends, and your pets a very safe and happy holiday season. I want to thank you all for being my subbies. Thank you all for the encouragement. Thank you all for the friendships I've made. And I probably won't be doing any more videos until after Christmas, because I'm way behind on Christmas. I just finished shopping yesterday. I've still got presents to wrap. I've got goodies to make. I got so behind all of a sudden this year. I don't know how it happened, but it did. But I want to take this time right now to say thank you to all of you for your support, your kindness, your friendships, and for subscribing to my channel. Thank you all very, very much. Have a safe holiday season and a very Merry Christmas. And we will see you back here after Christmas. Thank you all so much.